You've felt it, haven't you? The quiet ache behind the questions. The way his name lingers even in your silence. And deep down, beyond the logic of this world, you've known this wasn't over. The angels say, he was never running from you. He was running from what your presence awakened in him. You didn't arrive in his life like a storm. You came like a soft sunrise, slowly, silently dissolving the shadows he had learned to live within. At first, he resisted, because your light revealed things he hadn't dared to see. And love, real love, always exposes. It shows the heart what it's been too afraid to feel. But the angels are clear, this was no accident. You were sent. You were chosen. Not to fix him. Not to chase him. But to be the mirror where his soul could remember what wholeness feels like. The divine assigned your spirit to cross his path, to activate something that had been sleeping. And now that it's awake, he can no longer pretend. He feels you in the spaces between his thoughts. He hears you in the quiet. He remembers how your presence made him feel seen without needing to perform. And he will come back. Not because he needs you, but because your love showed him what he truly is. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand, that we should walk in them. Ephesians 2 verse 10. He wasn't cold. He was frozen. And there's a difference. You saw his distance as rejection. But the angels say, it was protection. He built walls, not out of cruelty, but out of fear that you would see too much, too soon. There are wounds in him that were never spoken of. Abandonment disguised as independence. Disappointment masked with logic. A heart trained to survive, not to trust. When you came in with your light, with your calm, with your truth, it disarmed him. It was too much beauty for someone who has learned to find comfort in brokenness. He's not pushing you away because you're wrong for him. He's pulling back because you feel too right. The angels whisper, he carries grief that doesn't belong to you. Pain passed down, stories half told. And sometimes when he looks at you, he's not just seeing you. He's seeing the reflection of a love he doesn't believe he deserves. But still, your energy lingers on him. Your kindness echoes. Even in silence, you are a safe place he remembers. He wants to reach back. He just doesn't know how to do it without feeling exposed. So if he seems to hide, it's not because you weren't enough. It's because your love touched the part of him he never thought could be seen. Don't dim your light just because he's still learning how to see. The angels remind you, love was never meant to cost you your peace. And your presence is not a reward, it's a sacred offering. You, dear soul, are not here to carry his healing. You are here to protect your own flame while he remembers how to spark his. You've given much. The late-night prayers. The quiet hoping. The waiting without answers. But now, it's time to turn inward. To nourish the part of you that has felt abandoned by his silence. Because you don't need to prove your worth by holding space for someone who hasn't yet chosen to step into it. The angels say, the light you bring is not just for him. It's for you. It's for the woman who stood strong when no one saw her. It's for the soul who kept believing, even while breaking. It's for the heart that still dares to love after all it's endured. He may come closer one day. But until then, tend to your joy. Return to your body. Speak to yourself the way you wish he would. Because the divine does not reward waiting. It blesses alignment. And when you are rooted in your own essence, you won't chase love. Love will remember where to find you. He didn't expect you. And that's exactly why you changed everything. The angels say you were not a lesson, you were the reflection. You showed him who he was becoming, but also who he had buried. When he looked at you, something ancient stirred. Not just desire, but recognition. As if his soul whispered, I know her. And that terrified him. Because it's one thing to be loved for your mask. It's another to be seen without it. You mirrored the version of himself he was afraid to meet. The one who still believes in love. The one who longs to be vulnerable, to be held, to stop running. But you didn't just reflect light. You illuminated the shadows. You revealed the parts of him he's avoided with logic, distraction, or silence. That's why he resisted. Not because he didn't feel, but because he felt too much. And when you love someone who's not used to being seen, they confuse your clarity with confrontation. They mistake your softness for danger. Because being seen is terrifying when you've spent a lifetime hiding. The angels want you to know, your energy is like a mirror that doesn't lie. And the closer he gets to you, the more he's forced to face the truth within himself. It's not rejection. It's reflection. Something is shifting. You can feel it. Not in words, not in gestures, but in the energy that quietly moves between you. The angels say he's waking up. Not all at once, but slowly, like the soft light before dawn. He's starting to notice things he used to dismiss. How your silence lingers longer than noise. How your absence feels louder than presence. This isn't about you chasing him. This is about your soul activating his. There are moments when he catches himself thinking of you without warning. In the middle of the day. In conversations with others. In dreams he doesn't speak of. You've become the thread that pulls him back to feeling. He's noticing your laughter now, the kind that lingers with him. He's remembering how you looked at him, not with expectation, but with genuine presence. That unnerves him more than he'll ever admit. Because what you offered wasn't control. It was safety. And now, something within him is stirring. The angels reveal that he's beginning to see beyond the surface of this connection. He's questioning everything he once thought about love, timing, and destiny. He's rethinking the narratives he told himself to stay safe. As his heart starts to awaken, so do his fears. But beneath the fear is longing. Longing for the version of himself that feels possible only when he's near you. This is not a return. Not yet. But it is the beginning. And beginnings always come with divine signs. You've seen this pattern before, the coming close, the pulling away. The warmth, then silence. The promise between the lines, then the void. And it hurts. Because just when you begin to believe he's ready, he disappears. But the angels say, this isn't rejection. This is rhythm. He is caught in a cycle he doesn't understand. One where the heart leans in, but the fear pulls back. Not because he doesn't want you, he does. But because wanting you means he has to let go of who he thought he had to be to survive. When you entered his world, something ancient stirred. And since then, he's been walking a tightrope between surrender and self-protection. The angels show that he returns not out of habit, but out of hunger. For your peace. Your steadiness. Your light. But when he comes close, his old stories scream louder. You'll lose yourself. You'll be hurt. You're not enough. So he runs. Again. And again. And yet, he always finds his way back to your memory. Because love doesn't die in distance. It echoes. This resistance isn't yours to fix. The angels remind you, you are not his anchor, you are his invitation. Let him learn his own timing. Let the cycle break when he decides to stay. Not because you waited, but because you chose not to chase. The pattern is not about you. But your peace can end the pattern. He doesn't know it yet, but your love has already begun to heal him. Not through grand gestures or declarations, but in the quiet way your spirit held space for his. The angels say, what you offered was never performance. It was presence. And presence, dear soul, is rare. It's what made you unforgettable. Because while others demanded from him, you simply saw him. And that kind of seeing changes people. There were days he didn't know how to breathe through the weight of his own silence. But your energy made it easier to exhale. Your softness became the salve to wounds he refused to name. Your patience stitched back the torn edges of trust. And even now, while you wonder if he feels anything at all, the angels are whispering, he remembers everything. The warmth in your eyes. The way you never asked him to be anything but real. The The way you let him rest without needing to fix him. That's why he's drawn to you. Not because of how you made him feel about you, but how you made him feel about himself. You mirrored his light back to him in moments he only saw darkness. And no matter how far he drifts, that memory keeps pulling him back. Love, when true, doesn't need noise to be heard. And yours? It's still echoing inside him, healing places he didn't know were broken. There's no delay in the divine. Only preparation. The angels want you to hear this not with your ears, but with your spirit. The pauses, the distance, the silences, they are not signs of abandonment. They are the spaces where God is working. You were never meant to force this love. You were meant to hold it like sacred water, open hands, soft heart, steady faith. Because this connection was not made in the chaos of the world, but in the calm of heaven. And heaven does not rush. Even when it hurts, even when you wonder why he isn't here yet, the angels say, this isn't just his journey. It's yours too. You are being prepared as well. For a love that isn't half-hearted. For a reunion that brings depth, not drama. For something sacred. You might feel weary from believing. Weary from hoping. But trust this, the unseen realm is more active than you realize. He is being guided. Not by guilt, nostalgia, or longing, but by alignment. And you? You are not being left behind. You are being lifted up. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. He wants to love you. But wanting and allowing are not the same. The angels reveal that his heart aches for closeness, but his soul trembles at the door of surrender. You see, vulnerability is a language he was never taught. He was raised in silence, shaped by survival. And love, true love, feels like danger to a heart that has only known defense. He watches you from a distance, not because he doesn't care, but because he doesn't trust what caring might require. To open up to you means letting go of his masks. It means allowing someone inside the rooms he's kept locked for years. And that is terrifying for someone who has never been met with safety in his softness. The angels say, he dreams of being known, but he's afraid that once he is, he will be abandoned. So he tiptoes near your light and withdraws before it burns through his armor. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, you did everything right. You loved him gently, without expectation. You saw the boy hiding inside the man. And that seeing, that tenderness, it stirred something in him he didn't know still existed. He is learning in sacred silence that true love doesn't expose to harm, it reveals to heal. He just needs time to believe that truth is safer than the lies he's told himself. Not everything will make sense right away. Not every question gets an answer in this season. But the angels say, your surrender is sacred. You've loved with purity. You've waited with faith. You've hoped, even when it hurt. And now, it's time to release. Not because the love is gone, but because the weight no longer belongs to you. Acceptance is not giving up. It's bowing to the timing of heaven. It's saying, I trust what's meant for me will find me when both our souls are ready. You are not walking away from love. You are walking toward peace. And in doing so, you create space. Space for truth. Space for healing. Space for him to choose you not out of need, but from wholeness. The angels whisper, you have already done the deepest part. You loved from your essence. You remained soft in a hard world. You chose belief when logic said to let go. And that is what calls miracles into motion. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Psalm 46 verse 10. What's meant for you does not run. It returns. And when it does, you'll know.